Some of you have wondered about how to create a two-line graph using Google Sheets. You need to create a graph of this type when doing experiment number 4 for your thermal equilibrium lab. Let's take a look at how to use this. First of all, go to your Google Drive, and in your Google Drive, open Google Sheets. Click on the blue New button and click on Google Sheets, and it will open a new untitled spreadsheet. Here you can put in your data from your experiment, and then you can use that data to create your chart quite easily. Now, your data includes time and temperature for two different blocks, an aluminum block and a copper block. Let's take a look at how that information was added. Here you see that I have put in my values. Now here's what you need to do in order to make this work properly. Do not put anything in box A1. Then under B1, put aluminum and then copper for your respective block A, block B. You can use these names instead of aluminum and copper if you'd like. Column A is your x-axis. In column A, you have 0, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Now, it's going to tell it to you in minutes and seconds, but you need to have these all be the same unit, and in this case, it's seconds. Now, enter your values that correspond to each of these times for each of your blocks. Once you've done that, then click on Insert and click Chart. It's going to come up with a chart that is a default of a bar graph, but you don't want a bar graph. You want a line graph. And so your chart editor over here will say Chart Type. Click on this little down arrow, and then you should see a suggested graph that looks like what you want here. If not, click on Line, and it will create your line graph for you. Now we have a really nice looking graph, but we've got something missing here. The title that's been given to my graph really doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here. And also, I don't have any labels indicating what I'm looking at on my X and Y axis. So we need to go ahead and make some modifications to that chart. In your chart editor, go over to Customize. Then select Chart and Axis Titles. There's a drop down here. If you don't see the one that you need, we've got Chart Title, Chart Subtitle, Horizontal Axis, and Vertical Axis Title. Let's change our chart title, and let's just call this Heat Transfer. Get rid of that aluminum and copper. Okay, now we're going to change this again, and we're going to go to the horizontal axis title. And our horizontal axis, you remember, was time. And it's in seconds. So we can add our units as well. Now let's go ahead and add our vertical axis title. And this is temperature in Celsius. And they'll put a little degree thing in there. All right. There. So now I have labels for my graph, and you can actually copy this and paste it into your Google Doc. I hope that this helps, and please contact me if you have any questions about how to do this. Have fun in your lab. Bye, everybody.